Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. I'm MysteriousJG, and we only have one red jewel in the Moo zone, to my great relief. Since I think we've seen, even if we can't access, just about every foot of this dungeon, and I was only seeing one treasure chest or so that we haven't opened. But yeah, we're almost the halfway point of red jewels, which makes me feel like we're almost the halfway point of this game, because in fact, the last red jewel is located in the last dungeon. Well, there's another treasure chest right there, so I was wrong about the treasure chest being almost done. But so that seems like it's just kind of a shortcut to get back to the beginning zone, and not really a place that you need to go to progress. But let's keep looking around. There must be at least one more statue of hope we gotta find, because there's more. I think by the time we're done, there will be no water left on the map. I don't know that we've even been down here, though. Maybe, yeah, we have, but not a level below, which is now accessible. So how do we get there? It doesn't involve this zone. Well, we haven't been here yet. Maybe we have been here. Have I been here? Have I not been here? What's going on? I may have been here and not have encountered these particular teleporty enemies. Ouch. They hit me in the side, that's hardly fair. Yeah, it's definitely been here before. Ah, there's a little passageway there. So if I was ever down there but hadn't yet learned to psycho slide, then get over here where I can hit you, son of a bitch. You big suck. There you go. Yeah, I knew there'd be some enemies that are actually down there. Couldn't be so lucky that they're all teleporty guys that I could lure up here. Well, I could throw grenades down there at that guy. Okay, here we go. This is progress of a sort. Because I know we haven't been through here. Alright, so we got one more enemy. It's oh, it's just a regular old puddle guy. Hey, we got our health back too. Your hook power is increased. Sweet. So, there's any number of ways we could go from here. Oh, you are the last enemy left here, eh, friend? You are going to be a pain in the butt. You are not going to want to teleport to the level we're at. Just do it a few times, pal. There you go. Oh, but you're not the last enemy. You're just... This is a nice big area, and the last one is down here. Yeah, our armor has increased. Your defense has increased. We are practically impervious to the forces of death now. What? 2 of these? Okay, there's 2 of them. Well, Lily's in our pocket, and she didn't tell us a damn thing, so I assume we're supposed to still be exploring. Is this where we learned? Okay, this is where we learned that Psycho Slide. There we go, this is progress. I'd like to get rid of the water enemies before I have to go deal with you, if you don't mind, pal. Like a one-on-one showdown. Okay, not a whole lot going on over here. No, he's angry. But it doesn't matter because our hep power is increased. You can't take it there. You found Rama's statue. So is it just the one? It looked like there was 2 pedestals over there. Well, I guess the smart thing to do would be, well, yeah, that thing looks pretty sweet. It almost looks like one of our big statues, but it's a small one. Statue which breaks the seal of Rama. So maybe the path of reason and logic is to try to make our way back towards the entrance so that we can have like a systematic trip through each area to make sure that we killed all the enemies. But it doesn't look like we can get back to the main entrance from here. So we'll just keep doing this. There's only about 4 rooms anyway. It's just that each one had multiple levels. Should I have stayed at that bottom level there? Okay, there's definitely more enemies. I'm not sure that that was the right move to make there. Actually, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Okay, well, I mean, the good news is that we've cleared out most of the enemies, so it's mostly just me bumbling around trying to remember how this maze was structured. With, there's a few enemies left on one screen, and then there's a whole bunch of, little, like, unkillable traps, like spikes and whatever those glowy orb enemies are. Oh, that was a power shot right there. Yeah. Slide kick, devastating. I was trying to use one there and it was a bridge too far. I'm pretty much convinced now that your stir strength is increased. I'm going to get another statue here because I think there was room for 2 in that one room. And we found Rama's statue. Because why come up with multiple item names? Indeed, why come up with multiple item names? Alright, so this area is clear. Wasn't there one more room with enemies in it, though? Yeah, there's still some enemies lurking around here if we can find them. So I'm not sure how we get there. I'm not sure if it's a waste of time looking for a way to get there, because maybe we deal with them after we place the Rama statue. But I'm a little worried about not clearing all the zones. I feel like once we get Rama's statue, it might be boss time, or maybe just we get out of this area without fighting a boss. It seems like every other dungeon has a boss. Hold on. I am getting really, really tired of telemarketing calls. I keep getting phone calls from numbers I don't recognize from the zip of the area code that I used to live in, and yeah, see, I don't want to do this yet because I feel like this isn't right. And it's robocalls. They've got some kind of way that they can show your home area code, but I don't really know anyone that lives there anymore, and anyone who was there would leave me a message. So every time I do pick up, it's a robocall, and it is getting old. I had one between videos when I just right after I finished the video, I went and checked. Make sure I didn't have any kind of issues with red jewels, and boom. Freaking robocall. Anyway, we raised the Rama statues, and now crazy shit's going down. This looks like an ancient burial ground for the people of Mu. Is that what these things are? Sure we're not missing anything big.
I am Rama, King of Mu. My body passed on long ago, but my spirit lives on. If you look closely, you can probably see wandering spirits.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Once a single ray of light came from the sky, people thought it was the light of the spirits.
Hear the words of the spirits awakened. 1 year after that, our bodies began to change and sound a lot like the king. One got very thin, one turned to stone, one's body melted like water.
Family and friends turned to monsters before our eyes. We fought back the tears. Many saw no point in living if this thing continued.
Some couldn't take it and thought we should flee from here. But Mu was an island. We didn't know if we'd find another place to live. Oh crap, you missed the last of your dialogue there. You gotta get it all, Pokemon. There were no materials for a boat. It would sink if made of stone. They started building an undersea tunnel. They dug on, not knowing how long it would take. They called it the channel. I think I got it already, didn't I?
The underwater tunnel dug by man is inside. Please take this mystic statue. Take my wife, please.
Cool beans. Can we still get out though? Alright, well, I'll save this on another slot because I have a feeling if we go forward, we will not be able to return to this zone.
I've taken away the mystic statue. You should have gone through the door when I told you to.
Let's do... Oh, this is a boss fight. Alright, let's try to clear that last area because I'm a bit of a completionist and I don't think the lack of stats will hugely affect us, but I want to try to full clear the game. And this game, you know, you get stat boosts for clearing rooms. If you don't clear the rooms, you don't get the stat boost. So did we need to Psycho Slide to get here? Could we fight that boss as Dark Knight for Dawn? I feel like it might be possible to fight that boss as the Dark Knight for Dawn. Huh. Well, we'll try it. But but it looks like your little friend was yelling for help. But no, I remember that boss fight. Conceptually, I don't remember the strategy to it. I just remember that your friend is like tied up and there's a bomb going to explode and you have to fight a boss. But knowing that the save statue is quite close, I'm not going to worry unduly about getting there with perfect health. I mean, I'm not gonna try to take damage. I'm just saying I'm not gonna worry about it a lot. Like, I'm gonna try to move through here fairly quickly. I think this is the right way for us to be going. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. Wait, why am I bothering to get back up there? Is that really going to help us? Well, let's finish. Maybe there's a crack over here that will help us once we get up here. If we can curl around and get to a crack between zones that I've forgotten about. Because clearly this area that I'm trying to like get to clear the monsters is not one you have to clear to get to the boss fight. But no, this was not the way that we needed to go. Alright. Thought it might have been. Alright folks, we're very much into JG wanders around the dungeon and tries to figure out where he's at mode, so... I don't think you could really terribly fault... I mean, I'm sure there's people who can do it with a no hits taken run or something. I don't think you can really fault my, you know, gameplay through fighting the regular enemies of this area and not getting killed unduly. But this is kind of where we came from. But as far as like really efficiently remembering the best ways to navigate this place, no, I probably could be done a lot better than I'm showcasing here. No, but this is the dungeon. Maybe it wasn't the hardest dungeon. Maybe it was just the sharpest increase in difficulty. The sharpest difficulty curve, I should say. But I do remember having found this place pretty challenging as a youngin'. And I'm reasonably pleased at how we've gone through it this time. Okay, so now we're in the area. It seems like there's two different low altitude areas and we got to one of them and not the other. Like they might be two disconnected low areas. And it really is only that one screen left where we haven't already killed everything. Hell, maybe it's just some teleporty sorcerer guys that we had easy access to and we just didn't happen to trigger them before. It's possible. This has to be a room where we already placed the statue, right? Yeah, okay. Oh. Oh wait, no, this isn't. Was I just dumb enough that I couldn't figure this out last time I was here? Is that it? And they're actually right here? No, there is some digging down to a lower level involved. But not much. Looks like I could have done this quite a while ago. Oh well. At least we got it done. And as a result of our getting it done, our death defense is increased. And once again, deaths are no threat to us. Let's see if I can make it through the dungeon fast enough for us to get a crack at that boss before it's time to call a video. Yeah, whatever. Don't care. I'm going to stop by the save point and get the Dark Knight for Dawn Power anyway. I have a sneaking suspicion we will transform into the little kid. I don't think you get to fight this boss as the Dark Knight for Dawn. The little slide kick maneuver is particularly fun there. I slid my way into a stabbing injury. Okay, this isn't actually where I meant to go, but whatever. Oh no, I probably didn't want to do that at all, actually. I probably have to slide at least one more time to get back to the end of this whole thing. Moving on to Rise in the Sea. Go find that Rama guy. Search for Ramadan. I am doing it wrong!
My slide kick should make me impervious from spikes sticking through my legs. What is this?
Oh, I'm lost again, aren't I? Here we go. I remember having to deal with this. There was no particular reason to slide there, I just did, because it was fun. Damn it, am I going the right way? Yes, okay, we're going the right way. Don't worry too much about this, because we're gonna go visit the statue and turn into... or visit the Gaia statue and turn into the Dark Knight of Dawn. And I believe we should have enough time left to get a crack at... Oh. You don't get to turn into Ferdon here. Never mind. I thought maybe it would be set up so that, like, I guess I had figured that when you went to those rooms, you could always transform into whichever form you weren't currently using. But that ain't how it works. So no wonder I seem to recall having to play through this boss fight as little kid Will. As Will I am. Getting hungry. I got a break for Din Dins after this.
Din Dins. I'm delightful.
Alright. Dark Knight for Dawn, why are you here?
Help! Someone save me! You found the mystic statue. I thought that guy who came to the palace was strange. We were right to let him go.
What are you saying, darling? You were drooling when he was here. You're always like that when young ones come. All you ever think about is food.
So do you. Wait, this is not the time or place for an argument. First, let's get that mystic statue. Get ready. Go!
I'm not equipped. I meant to slide, but... Ooh, oh, don't get hit with that. Ah, boy. I am getting slaughtered here. You don't really get to wait around that long either because there's a time limit and whatnot. Yeah, that's a wipeout right there. Full party wipe. But you can reappear. I am sometimes weary of having fallen in a place I know. It must have been a nightmare. Yeah, you can reappear here. You lose a bunch of DP. You lose a bunch of donkey punches. But it's a thing you can do. You just appear without all of your health, and you lose. You have like one heart because every 59 credits or crystals leads to a heart. So you can just, if you want to like take another crack without having all of your full health, then great. It's somewhat useful sometimes, I guess, if you don't feel like repeating vast stretches of a game, and you're not in the middle of a boss fight. If you're trying to do a boss fight, you pretty much just want to like load the game and try again with full health. So yeah, I was doing pretty well in this whole dungeon, but then that boss kind of kicked my ass because there was 2 of them to defeat, and I didn't manage to take out either one. Someone help me, vampires! Blah, blah. So learning their pattern wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Don't get caught. Oh man, that thing bounces around. It's a lot of damage too. Maybe she's easier to kill than he is. Yeah, you just don't want to be standing there when that thing fires off. Huh. I could do worse than taking a few cracks at this while not recording to actually get it down, but that is not generally the way of JG. Damn it, I thought I had evaded it that time. I got stuck in a corner. Well, I'm doing a little better each time, although I'm getting right on that part of the video where it's time to just call it a video, get something to eat, and come back to this later.
You killed me, vampires, oh my god.
Yeah, there you go. Don't get hit by that thing, makes a pretty big difference. Well, she said something. You guys can fill me in later. We got a good amount of time left. And now we're at the point where just using a herb would make this pretty much guaranteed victory. Okay, I wanted to see if I could do it without the use of an herb, and I got awfully close. So I'm thinking this is quite doable without using an herb, and with an herb it becomes quite easy. There's... how many freaking herbs have we got left in the old inventory? We haven't used any. We've got 8. I don't know that there's 8 boss fights left in the game. So there comes a point where I just got to decide, hey, use a freaking herb. But I also am kind of curious as to what the Lady Vampire says when she dies, and it seemed like that went by fast enough that it would be kind of annoying for anybody to go back and figure that out for me. So maybe next time I'll concentrate on taking out Mr. Vampire first. Mr. Vampire, star of the popular Japanese comedy series that features lots of Conchi. But either way, yeah, come next time, I will either just freaking use an herb and win the thing, or I will get it slightly better because I was right on the cusp of winning without any healing at all against what I do recall being one of the more challenging boss fights. At the very least, I remember fighting the 2 vampires flying around more than I remember having fought, you know, Big Fingernails guy or Flying guy or, you know, the other bosses we fought so far. Anyway, folks, I'm MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you tune in next time for more of Illusion of Gaia. Bye-bye.